For whatever reason, people keep asking me, do we outsource to the Philippines? How do we manage all of our marketing and chatting as well for the OnlyFans business? Everything is managed in-house. It's managed by us. It's one, like, I'm based in Eastern Europe, right, in Tbilisi, and one of the main reasons that I'm based here is because Tbilisi offers like very good opportunities for small businesses, but on top of that, salaries are very cheap, like cheaper than the Philippines in many cases. So it's like the perfect place to run people-based businesses. Prior to this, like, I was running an Instagram marketing agency with 130 employees, and again, all of them were in the office working there physically. And the only reason that we were able to do that is because of the benefits that Georgia offers as a location in terms of like cheap labor, English speaking staff, European attitude. It means that you can outsource things to like the Western world, to the USA, to Western Europe at a very cheap cost. And also me being based here physically makes like a massive difference. At least I like to think so. There's more of an element of control over everything that happens. Not that I'm really not like a manager or like a CEO either. I look at myself as like an entrepreneur. So whilst I'm like the founder of the company, for me there's a very big difference between the CEO and an entrepreneur. They're often very different jobs, and entrepreneurs just like to give themselves the job title of CEO because they think it sounds good, but actually they are like the founder of the company, like the visionary of the company, the person who understands it and has the idea. So funny enough, I've actually got an interview now with a guy who I plan to actually promote to be the CEO of this business, because for a number of different reasons. Because he is Georgian, so he understands the culture like much better than I do, and the people better than I do. I also don't really like management, to be completely honest. It's not my skill set at all. I much prefer to work on like the marketing and the sales side of things. And in all of my businesses, I have ended up being involved in management, but that has led me to realize it's not what I enjoy doing, and it's also not what I'm good at. I'm not a good people person. So that I want to outsource now. So I'm bringing on like a COO, Chief Operations Officer, but the idea will be to get him like transitioned over into being the person who manages all of the day-to-day operations of the OnlyFans business, as well as all of the customer support and so on. Because also, like, my goal when I became an entrepreneur was always to have like freedom and independence. And for anyone who's launched their own business, unless you put those systems in place, it doesn't happen. Everything ends up like falling on your lap, and you have less freedom and independence than you would in a 9-to-5 job, because this is a 24/7 business. So for the first time ever, I'm making like quite a senior hire, and I want him to be able to come in, oversee and manage everything, and my sole responsibility will be moved on to marketing, which is what I'm best at. I'm not the best person at like the day-to-day management and like overseeing large groups of people. Anyway, back to the office. So we're going through like pretty rapid growth at the moment. It will fit 30 staff in at any one time, but my current idea is to go into shift work as well, because we operate a 24/7. So I will be able to grow this company up to about 90 or 100 members of staff without needing to expand office space. To be honest, I don't really want a huge company like that again. I managed, like I said, like the company we had before was like 130 employees, and I wouldn't do that again. I genuinely wouldn't. It just becomes like a beast to manage, and I think it's much better to run smaller companies, but with very with higher value clients. In that old business, we were taking on tons of different clients, so I would change that to try to take on like higher value clients but less of them, so delivering like a premium level service rather than trying to take on everyone. And that's what I'm doing here. So I think to have 30 to 50 employees is quite a nice number to have. You can have a personal relationship with each person, but once you get past like once we were past like 70 or 80 employees in the old company, there were just people that I just didn't recognize like all of the time. I didn't know their names, and so you can't have a relationship with a personal relationship with the team. And yeah, so I just prefer managing like smaller businesses, to be completely honest.